My name is Holly Hall, and I'm going to be presenting a speech on how to make pickle roll-up dip. What's you guys' favorite thing about a party? There's drinking, there's socializing, meeting new people. My favorite thing is food, the free food. You bring something, but you get all of this food in return. Lots of different foods. You get to try new things. Well, anyway, my mom always, from functions from when I was this little to now, she's always made these brownies with this chocolate frosting on top. That's her signature. Everybody knows if Tracy's coming to a party, there's probably going to be the brownies with the chocolate frosting. I, on the other hand, have started this pickle roll-up dip. Actually, my aunt is the one that started bringing the pickle roll-up dip to family functions, and it's been at Thanksgiving, Christmas, every event that I could think that there's family involved, even our family reunions, pickle roll-up dip is usually made. I know if we just go down there for the weekend, that's usually what's made. So in my speech, I'm going to be demonstrating how to get started making pickle roll-up dip, how to actually put it together and make it, and then the best way to present it at parties. So when I'm starting making pickle roll-up dip, there's a few things that I like to have on hand and start with. And the best thing I think to start with is make sure you have a cutting board, a knife that can cut through pickles and meat, and a spatula and a medium-sized bowl is always nice. So on top of needing those things, you also need the ingredients. There is a jar of pickles usually does well. I know from that jar you need 2 teaspoons, tablespoons, whatever, however you like your thickness of your dip, of the pickle juice. Then 2 packages of Carl Budding ham, an 8-ounce container of sour cream, and an 8-ounce container or package of cream cheese. So starting all of this stuff, I usually do a little prep work. And so when I do the prep work, what I'm doing is, the recipe doesn't take very long to make anyway, so that's why I think it's a great thing to take to parties. But I like to start out with the prep work and make sure I'm cutting all of my pickles and all of the meat. I usually do the meat and dice the meat, and then the pickles are kind of a triangle. What you do is take the pickle spears and you cut down the middle, or do it in 3s depending on how big you want your pickles pieces. So I usually just do right down the middle and cut across, and then after that you're wanting to start with cream cheese that's a little bit soft. It's sat out for a while and it's not as hard. So you combine that with your sour cream, and you have to mix it really well, and so it's like the same consistency. I know if you don't mix it right, you can tell where the sour cream is at and where the cream cheese is at, so you kind of have to mix it quite a bit. And then since you've already cut up your pickles and your meat, then you just toss that in on top, and then you use that stirring method to just keep on going and get it mixed up together. And so your finished product looks similar to this. After you finish your product, it's best to put it in the refrigerator and let it set a little bit. And so after you've let it set in the refrigerator, then comes the part where you dress up for the party, get ready, then you come back to your dip. So when I present my pickle roll-up dip at parties, what I usually do is I take a cute little bowl and put all my pickle roll-up dip in there, spread some crackers on a plate around the outside, make it look kind of fancy, that I tried harder than the 10 minutes I put into the process. Or you can cut up bagels into little bite size, put the spread on it. There's lots of different ways that you can present it, and I think one of the reasons I like presenting it a little bit different ways is when I go to the party with the same people, sometimes they're like, oh, did you bring the dip? And I'm like, yeah, but this time we're doing bagels instead of the crackers, which is nice. So that being said, Pickle roll-up dip is super easy to make, and people at parties kind of get together and they have this experience. They bond over this or that. They tell stories and they get to know one another. And I think that bringing something and having people really like what you're bringing, it's kind of a way to get to know someone. I know that when I go to parties, my favorite thing is to find the best dish or dessert that I could find, and I want to know who made it. Because I want to make it and maybe bring it to another party, or if they're just doing a dessert party, bring that instead of the pickle roll-up dip. So by making the pickle roll-up dip, it kind of lets me meet people. Like Brenda makes chicken noodle soup casserole, and my mom makes brownies, and people know my mom for her brownies. So I'm kind of known for the pickle roll-up dip. So in my speech, I'm just hoping to let you guys know how to make it, so maybe at your next event, you can bring the pickle roll-up dip and you can make the memories that I have made at parties. Thanks.